Hello. So my name is Alex. I'm part of Mobilizon maintenance team for 2 years already. And I'm happy to be here to tell you more about it. First, does any of you have heard of Mobilizon before? Okay, good. So I like to say that it's a bit like Facebook for groups and events, but it doesn't have the personal information about, from people, like what have they eaten, what they like, pictures. It's only about groups like organizations and events. And there is no commercial on it because it's a free software, and no algorithm that will keep you hooked on it. Unlike Mobilizon, there is a lot of interoperability. It's built for interoperability, and it includes connection with Mastodon, for instance, because it's protocol ActivityPub, which is used. So Mobilizon is part of the Fediverse. Mobilizon is a lot about events. So if you go on Mobilizon website homepage, you will find agenda, everything that is upcoming. Each event has its own page with required data, and you can also register for events. There is no selling ticket part, but that's upcoming. And anybody can register and post their events. And users who visit the website can search by location to see what's around, or by keyword, or by date, or some categories, also by tags. And second main feature in Mobilizon are groups. So organizations can create their group page. They will show all their events. They can also advertise for their activities. Basically, they would create an event, but if it's more than 1 month long, it will show as activities. It's suitable, for instance, if you have a yoga class every week, you can advertise for that as an activity. And we did that so that the homepage is not cluttered with weird long events. They can create posts also, and there is a part that is private to group members. And one nice feature is that a group has an ICS feed and also RSS, so people can subscribe to all events posted by a specific group and put it in their own agenda. And as mentioned, it's connected to Mastodon, so a group can have followers in Mastodon, and the Mastodon user will proactively see all new events from this group. So Mobilizon is not one big website, it's a software that you can use to create your own website, which is called an instance. Usually they are thematic, so somebody can decide to create a Mobilizon website if they have a community and want to federate local actors. It can be a citizen movement, a sports federation, some public entities, or community centers that have many actors and want to federate their activities. It's good to show the dynamism of a community and have a collaborative agenda without keying in all the events. It's pushed by people who actually organize the event, and you only have to moderate the content. You don't need to do manual entry yourself if you are at the headquarters or the office, or in the office of such organization. And since it is your own website, your own instance, you own the data, you decide what content can go in, and you also have full power to export, import data. Here I put some examples of existing Mobilizon instances. We have, for instance, a university in Austria who created their instance to advertise for all events in the university. We have animal rights activists in Netherlands that also created their instance. We have some regions or countries that have an instance, so it's very generic for all events happening there. For instance, we have Mobilizon Italia. We also have Le Calpin, which I know very well because I host it. It's a region near Lyon in France, and they federate all cultural events there. We also have a special thematic. We have political events in the US. We have also one for kids and families in France. So if you are French and have kids or niece or nephews, you can start using it and pass the word, because it's all about network effect. And recently we created an instance for decentralized events, a festival that happens in a neighborhood in Berlin. So they have events in different places, and they wanted to have a website to show all this activity that happens over a weekend. Here it's a little bit of a flashback of what we did last year on Mobilizon. Mobilizon was started by a French organization which is quite famous in France, which is called Framasoft. And my organization took over the maintenanceship in 2025. This was made possible thanks to support of NLNet Foundation, so using European funds. That we would like to say we have done lots of new things, but a lot of the work was to improve the quality, update components, fix bugs, fix UX issues, also worked on security and accessibility and on tests. So there are few new features, but a lot of work. And so it's thanks to 3 contributors mostly that we have this work done. So here I put as example the last features we've added. One is that we can personalize the menu. It's very easy without technical knowledge. It's a user back office for the instance admin. They can add links in the menu. So it's very simple, but also very useful because it helps to integrate a Mobilizon instance to an existing website, for instance, like it's a door to maybe another main website. One nice example of use I have for that is that several instance administrators, they wanted to have automated newsletter. So all contributors to this instance, they would publish their events, and all users that register to the newsletter, they automatically get in their mailbox all events that are upcoming for the 2 next weeks, for instance. So for the instance admin, it's nice because they have nothing to do. Just say, hey, I've put an instance, please use it. And all the content is shared. Another thing we did, we got lots of change requests, feature requests. One that we found that was very useful and that we developed is that you can invite to join a group by a link. So before that, you had to send the link to the group, to your friends, and tell, hey, if you want to join that group, please first create an account and then go back on the link and click on join. So now it's all, the user is driven through this whole process, and it was really needed. There is still lots of things we would like to implement. And third example I have here is that we enabled to moderate users. We had lots of unwanted content. So of course there are moderation options. You can report a content that is not appropriate, but it's not good enough. We don't want this content to be published. So to get rid of betting on chicken fight in Vietnam and things like that, we now block users. When they register, they are asked to put a little comment, and some users, they just press the keyboard, it doesn't make a sentence, those we don't let in, and we have no spam anymore. So I mentioned we have a big focus on interoperability. The idea is that events should be easy to import in Mobilizon and also easy to export and use. So one part of it is that Mobilizon is part of the Fediverse. We have connections between Mobilizon instances. That's one first step. It uses ActivityPub protocol. So you can have a group content that is on a Mobilizon website that is fed to other Mobilizon websites. And we also have the possibility to follow a group in Mobilizon from a Mastodon account, and also have connections with Gancio. For instance, we can follow a Gancio website, which is also a Fediverse event software. Then we have a very good import tool. It wasn't developed by my team, but I really recommend it. I think the developer did a very good job. With this import tool, you can import events either one shot. You just paste a URL and it creates a draft event in Mobilizon. And it's very well done if you use Facebook or Eventbrite or Instagram. Sometimes it's touchless. You don't have to change anything, just validate. It fetches all the data it can, even the date and place that is localized. Not all the time, but it works very well. And from most websites, it fetches some metadata with a title, picture, and saves a lot of time if you have the event already somewhere on the web. And another thing that you can do with this import tool is that you can make recurring import. It works with Facebook under some condition and maybe not reliably in the future, but right now it works. You just input a Facebook group, and then all upcoming events from this group will be shown on Mobilizon. Maybe more interesting, it also works with ICS. So on the web, you see lots of agenda you can subscribe to. So all those agenda, you can connect them to Mobilizon, and they often include the location. And in that case, it's very nice to put them in Mobilizon. Then in Mobilizon, we can find lots of events. And if you locate yourself, you will see what's around that comes from different sources. So that's the part coming in Mobilizon. And going out of Mobilizon, we also have some good tools. There's an API, of course. I mentioned the newsletter, so that is done thanks to the API. You can create automatic newsletter with Mobilizon content. I can also mention WordPress. There is a WordPress plugin. If you have a WordPress website and want to put dynamic content in it, like for instance, have events showing in WordPress, and you don't want to give your WordPress credentials to everybody who might advertise for events, you can create a Mobilizon group page, put events there, and then connect the group page to your WordPress website, and that's it. It will feed your WordPress website with all the new events. That's the end of it for me. You can find more information and, of course, documentation and repository on mobilizon.org. And I'm very happy if you have questions, either now or later. I will be around to show you more about Mobilizon. You can also try, there is one instance I haven't mentioned and haven't written here either. It's qu'est-ce-qu'on-fait.fr. I can give it to you later. And we integrate a lot of open data. There is good open data from the French government. So I challenge you to look if you can find events in France, maybe near your hometown or something. Usually there are events around. It's worth having a look wherever you go.